O Mother Nui, stretch high above this valley. Your starry body is our glory. Then see the hawk of yonder Ahurquit, his fiery splendor, oh so mighty. He brings a light for all our weary souls. He makes the broken spirit whole.
Welcome to this deep dive. Usually when you think about building a house, you think about the tangible stuff, right? Like wood, nails, pouring concrete.
Yeah, you look at a finished wall and you know exactly what holds it up.
Exactly. But what if the strongest load-bearing beam in your house wasn't made of wood or steel? What if it was, made of a sentence?
It's a pretty wild thought, but we have a stack of sources today that really dive into that.
We do. We're looking at sources spanning ancient cosmology, legal philosophy, cognitive psychology, and even computer science. And the mission here is to discover how language doesn't just describe reality, it actually actively generates it. Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, let's start with the ancient blueprints. If you look at the Kabbalistic Sefer Yetzirah, it describes 22 Hebrew letters acting as physical stones, like literal building blocks constructing reality through 231 gates.
So, language isn't the paint on the house of reality. It's the architectural blueprint itself.
Right. And you see this everywhere. The Greeks had the logos, which is this intellectual structure preceding matter, and the Vedic traditions have Nada Brahman, the universe as primordial sound.
It's like they didn't view creation as just some silent collision of matter.
No, not at all. It was a highly orchestrated acoustic event. What's fascinating here is that they treated words as a physical structural force. Take the ancient Egyptian priests, for example. They didn't just speak magic or Heka.
Wait, they built actual structures for this, didn't they?
Yes. They designed these incredibly dense granite chambers, like the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid, specifically to mechanically optimize acoustic resonance.
Okay, I buy that acoustics matter in a granite chamber, but calling words structural today feels like, a stretch.
How so?
Well, if I describe a brick wall to you, I'm not building a wall, I'm just pointing at one. So, sure, ancients believed in magic words, but today, language is just a passive communication tool, right?
You'd think so, but look at the philosopher J.L. Austin's concept of performative utterances. Think about the law.
Oh, like when a judge says something in court.
Exactly. When a judge says, I sentence you, or you say, I do at the altar, you aren't describing an action. The phrase is the action.
Right, the words legally and physically alter reality, which, and this is wild, is exactly how computer code works, if you think about it.
Oh, that's a really great point.
Yeah, like a password is a literal modern word of power. It doesn't negotiate. Perfect syntax instantly executes operational control within a deterministic environment.
It's a perfect parallel. It grants total operational control. But it's not just external systems like law and code. Language also programs our internal cognitive hardware.
You mean like the illusory truth effect from the psychology sources?
Yes, exactly. When a statement is repeated enough times, the brain processes it more easily, and it misinterprets that fluency as truth.
And it actually physically relaxes your facial muscles, right?
It does. The repetition tricks your brain into dropping its critical guard, bypassing rationality completely.
So it's almost like a trap. How do we escape this linguistic trap?
Well, we really can't. Claude Shannon's information theory shows us that language inherently reduces information to prevent cognitive overload.
Oh, so it's like a ZIP file for human experience.
That is a great way to put it. Wittgenstein called this the unsayable zone. Language is just an arbitrary geometric mesh draped over reality.
Right, because you can't fit the raw, uncompressed data of profound grief or deep love into the structural limits of words?
No, they simply cannot fit. We compress it just so we can process it.
So what does this all mean? Why should you, listening to this, care?
Well, because the core formula governing your daily life is absolute.
Right. It goes word, them meaning action, structure, and finally outcome. We are constantly building and being built by the words around us.
Which brings us to a massive modern risk, perfectly illustrated by the ancient story of the Tower of Babel.
The idea that shared language builds systems, but fragmented language destroys them.
Precisely. Today, we are rapidly developing artificial general intelligence that generates incredibly complex language without actual understanding.
They don't feel the uncompressed reality behind that ZIP file.
They don't. So as machines start building our reality with a language we don't fully understand, are we risking semantic fragmentation and a modern collapse of coherence?